time for Will Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Will, come back. Hey, how great to have you here. I'm thrilled you're here. Will Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, look, I had a really nice jacket.
Did you really?
I had a nice jacket.
And where was it?
And they said it was strobing. Oh. It was strobing.
Well, why did you
strobing, but I just want you to see it because I had a nice outfit.
Well, where is the jacket? Should we bring it
listen, I just want you to see it, just because it was nice. It was a nice
I don't mind
outfit.
a bit of strobing. If
no,
it's
here,
strobed, it's nice. It's like a special effect.
But they said it was strobing, like when it hits the camera, it does a thing. But look.
You go, girl. That's really good.
Hey, no, but it was nice. But they said
it's lovely, and it's a nice piece of cloth as well.
Yeah, you like it?
That's a lovely gift. God bless you. That's keep that safe. That's a nice piece of schmutter, as they say. Hey, how nice to have you. Isn't it nice to have Will Smith in the building, ladies and gentlemen? Not in the restaurant. Nice to have
very happy.
I know this Hollywood superstar.
I have just a quick question before we get started. Why do all those men have my picture on their chest?
You should be afraid. You're right to be afraid.
You know, and you got me sitting with my back to him.
He's loving the attention.
You got my eyes on you, fellas. Let's go.
Okay. They've got their eyes on you, Will. Now, let's talk about your career overall. Okay?
Overall,
You're now known as a huge movie star. You're a big movie star. You're one of the biggest, if not the biggest movie star in the world. You open movies, and they always do great business, don't they?
Yeah, I've been very successful in the past few years. I mean, I made Wild West too.
Yeah, well, but it still made a lot of money, even though it wasn't a particularly good film. I mean, such is your power, I think, that even people will go and see Will Smith, even if he's dressed like that. Which, let's face it.
Well, you got. Oh wow.
Yeah. You look like a little boy at school dressing up as a cowboy there.
It was Cowboy Day at school.
But yeah, before all the movies, and we'll talk about the movies, obviously, music was what you first came to people's knowledge. And that record, the Summertime record you had out, that was a great summertime record. Wasn't that just a lovely, breezy summertime record?
Thank you.
And that was you in your Fresh Prince alias.
Fresh Prince days, yes.
And there you are with Mr. Jazzy Jeff himself.
Jazzy Jeff, wow.
Okay. Now, where is the Jazzy Jeff now?
We perform probably 5 or 6 times a year.
Like big events?
The Nelson Mandela Foundation.
That must have been quite an event.
It was wonderful to perform on stage, and Nelson Mandela is sitting there watching. It was huge. So
you must have met just about everyone you want to meet, haven't you? I mean, Nelson Mandela, I'm sure, will be someone that I've never met him, and I know he's very keen to meet me, but I haven't got the time.
Oh no, because I was talking to him, and he said, he was asking me, could I arrange the meeting with the two of you? Yeah. That's the truth.
But I would love to meet. Wouldn't it be great to meet Nelson Mandela? What an inspirational figure. You meet people like that all the time, I guess, do you? I mean,
it's probably every 5 or 6 months that there's someone that just really inspires me and just changes how I see the world. And the time with Nelson Mandela, and I originally met him on Ali. So
when you're filming that,
one time at dinner, I'm sitting there, and Muhammad Ali is on one side, and Nelson Mandela is on the other, and I'm like, I suck. Like, I've done nothing, you know. But it's like to just get really inspired to do something.
It's hard company to be in.
Yeah, it really is, and just to be in that position it really just changed my life and my outlook. And I was like, my grandmother used to always say, well, if you're going to be here, you might as well change the world, baby.
Well, your grandmother you talk about often. She was obviously very much an important figure to you.
Yeah, she was huge. When I first started writing raps, I had my 4-letter words written down in my rap book.
And this and a pop a cap in the... all that. A black, boom.
Please stop, please.
This is the raps that we've known and we love from your country.
I just threw up in my mouth.
He's been inspired. But that's the kind of thing.
Yeah, she found my rap book, and I had all those.
So these were your thoughts written down for possible raps.
For possible raps, yeah. And she found my rap book. She never said anything, and she wrote a letter in the back, and it said, "Dear Willard," that's my real name. Willard. I don't know if you know. It's Willard. Because people think it's William. It's Willard. Dear Willard, please show the world that you're as smart as we think you are. truly intelligent people do not have to use words like this to express themselves. And in that moment, I read that, and I decided I wanted to just be clean, and I wanted my grandmother to be able to.
But that's lovely, because a lot of young men often rebel against their family,
Right,
and they see that. But you obviously were either it was the love you felt for them or the respect you had for them made you actually want to do what they saw as being the right path.
There was a look she used to have in her eyes when she looked at me, and like I need that look to survive. You have it right now. You have it. You're looking at me in that way.
It's not the first time I've been compared to your grandmother. Bizarrely. It happens quite often. Do you miss doing the music? I mean, I know you do it occasionally, you've pointed that out, but really it's a sideline now, pretty much, isn't it?
Well, you know, I realize that to have the level of success that I want to have, it's difficult to spread it out and do multiple things. You know, it's in order to be world class, and I've made a decision. I want to be world class, and it takes such a desperate, obsessive focus to excel on the level that I want to make movies. You know, I was Star Wars when I was young. I sat in a movie theater and watched Star Wars, and I just couldn't believe that movie made me feel like that, just floored and just stunned by the creativity. And I'm realizing that in order to move people in that way, in order to touch people in that way, you really got to focus with all of your fiber and all of your heart and all of your creativity. And so that's where I am with making films right now.
I think that's just made all of us feel very bad about the way we approach work. I've never met anyone who could say that. It's like, we all go, yeah, well, that'll do. Yeah, that's the approach I apply to things. Oh, will it do? Yeah, that'll do. Great, I'm off. See ya. But that's why you're number one. That's why you're in the top level of those movies. Let me ask you about the movies then.
Yes.
The first movie I remember seeing you, and I saw you on TV as the Fresh Prince. In that show, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it was fun and it was kind of silly, and I thought he's a likable chap.
What do you mean, like silly? What you mean?
Well, I thought it was for the simple-minded people to enjoy, children. You know what I mean? It was for youngsters and silly people.
I mean, it's some.
It was goofy. It was kind of goofy.
It's some silly going on around here, man. You know.
Don't get defensive. It's not a competition.
No, I'm just saying. You know, we on TV. You invite me on the show. Tell everybody my show is silly. You know.
How come you're suddenly trying to speak like Tyra Banks? Step out. Come on, girlfriend. Back in the room. I love that show. Do you like America's Next Best Top Model thingy?
Oh, man, listen, I've loved Tyra for a long, long time.
She's a lovable woman.
You know, she just is fun and energetic. I shouldn't do like this while I'm saying it, but it's like...
No, but that just made me think of her all the more fondly. She's a lovely woman, and there's a lot of her all in the right places. You know, the first, but then after and it was fun. It was a sitcom for the younger generation.
Yeah.
But then I saw you in a film called 6 Degrees of Separation.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, this guy can really act. I don't know if you've seen that movie. It wasn't a big movie. It wasn't the kind of movie you really made your name with. But it was an interesting choice, I thought.
Absolutely.
And I wonder whether you did that deliberately to show people you could act early on, before you moved on to the action movies, where people often aren't as, as aware of the skill that goes into it, or whether it was just the first thing that grabbed your eye. Was there that level of thought involved?
Well, it was a specific choice coming off of The Fresh Prince. So everyone that was offering me movies wanted to offer things that were just like The Fresh Prince, and I had sort of wider aspirations. If you did like that.
Yeah, well, no, that wasn't me saying. No, that was.
I mean, I got a boogie.
No. I had a slightly itchy nose, and I thought if I do like that, no one will notice. Well, thanks for pointing it out.
All right. Well, I'm saying we're on television, and you do
thought
like
it was
this.
a signal. You think I'm going?
You're like, look.
It's like I'm placing a bet over there.
Right.
Going, 3-1 Kempton, 500. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you there because I was listening as well.
No, I mean, you just threw me off a little bit.
Stop. We'll get over it and finish the story. Where's this focus we've been hearing so much about? One bloke scratches his nose, he's floored. Dear Willard, next time you're doing an interview, finish the bloody answer. Jonathan.
I don't remember what we were talking about.
Well, it was a deliberate choice to snap the mold, I guess. It was,
yes, 6 degrees.
It was away from what you had been doing previously.
Right, to move away from it. That's good focus. I like that.
Yeah, yes.
To move away from what I had been doing, to be able to display that there was something else that I was at least attempting.
Which you really did, though. I mean, it was, I thought, a tremendous performance, and congratulations on it. I mean, I was really delighted to see someone succeed so well in a difficult role and be convincing.
Yes.
But then you kind of went for the all-out action gung-ho movies, and I'm sure we showed a clip of Independence Day earlier on. That was a terrific, fun film, deservedly a big hit. You've saved the world about, what, 8 or 9 times now?
I think my son said when I was reading the script for I Am Legend, and my son Jaden, he was in Pursuit of Happiness.
What a lovely little fella, and a good actor in his own right.
He really is. He's Mr. Reality. Yeah. Jaden tells you the truth when you ask him a question.
Hold on a second, there he is. Now, isn't that just a gorgeous little boy? Look at that. That is a sweetheart.
Why you do that, man? I'm so far away from home, I can't be looking at that stuff, man.
We'll just focus on the weird-looking bloke with Trevor McDonald's glasses. Oscar, that's not a good look, even for you, Will. You don't carry that off. Look at that.
He said to me, and I was telling him the story for I Am Legend, and he said, "Daddy, that's a really great story." I said, "Thanks, man." He said, "But don't save the world no more."
He's beginning not to believe it anymore.
Yeah, he's like, "Okay, that's enough, Daddy."
Well, this is a different sort of spin on that whole saving the world thing.
Yeah.
It's a different. I saw the movie the other day. I've seen this was a book in the was it the early 70s or late 60s?
It was a movie in the early 70s,
which was with Charlton Heston in the role you have
absolutely.
Now. It's very good. It's very dark though. It's quite scary at times. Isn't it?
We wanted to take the approach of to try to capture the authenticity of it. A lot of times these concepts go far into the fantasy space, so we were really trying to create a hybrid where it's a truthful, dramatic, scary, shocking approach to this idea of what would it be like if you were the last person on Earth.
And you know what, you get a real feeling of that. You get a real feeling of just the terrible feeling of isolation your character goes through. It's very, very... How is that filming? Because it looks to me... I mean, that was in New York City, it's taking place. And it's empty. I don't know whether it was done with computer-generated imagery or whether you actually managed to shut it down. How did you achieve that kind of... Because you really get a feeling this was a city that we all recognise and we all know it's New York, which is bustling, and you see these landmarks stripped of any population. It's quite disturbing.
Yeah, the shots are... it's called practical, is when you shoot it for real. So we actually went to the streets and we cleared out 6 blocks of Fifth Avenue.
So you got rid of the cars, you got
rid of everything.
How do you achieve that? How do you do that in a city like New York?
Well, I've discovered that you probably shouldn't. There were, we shut down Fifth Avenue at 9 a.m. on Monday morning. Whoa. And I received quite a few universal symbols of disapproval.
Oh, yeah.
The
New York wave of hello. Hey, how you doing?
Listen, it got so much, I just thought my first name was you. You know? hey, good morning. How you doing? You, Will. Hey, good morning. How you doing? Good to see you.
But having said that, hopefully they'll go and see the movie and they'll realise it was all worthwhile because it's a cracking good film.
Right. Cracking good film. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. We don't say cracking good film.
What do you say?
No, listen. You guys have like really great sayings. I got to start taking like cracking good film. It's like it's smart, but it's slang. I'm taking that back to the States.
Let me ask you about you at home because I've read a lot about
I'm not talking about
it. Yeah, you are. You're going to spill everything right now. Because they want to hear about every little bedroom trick of the I read that you're kind of like very, not fussy, but kind of very specific. I read somewhere, I don't know if it's
I'm very specific, not necessarily about neat and things being in order.
But I heard that when you take your money out of your pockets, is this true? You straighten every note. And I read that you line them all up like little soldiers, and then you put them neatly in piles, and then fold them and put them neatly away in your pocket.
That's a lie, man! That's a lie!
This is.
I'm out of here.
But okay. How bad is your life if that's the worst gossip someone has on you?
No, you know, I like to be in order. It's like one of those weird things I have.
Slightly
you know,
OCD?
It's turned over and the face is the other way.
Yeah.
Like I just for some reason.
This is your dollars and stuff.
The dollars. So you need the ones and then the fives and then like they need to be in order and all the faces need to be facing.
Of course they do.
Right. You take that smug look off your face right now.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying otherwise, who could have that in their pocket all day, knowing the faces were looking at each other? That would upset anyone. It would drive anyone crazy. Well, I have some in my pocket now that are perhaps facing the wrong way. I wouldn't tell you that for fear of upsetting you. Some of them are even head to toe.
I threw up in my mouth again.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, wouldn't you just like to spend a lot more time in Will Smith's company? Unfortunately, you can't. Maybe another time. Hey, Will, how lovely having you on the show. Congratulations on the new movie. It opens on Boxing Day here in the UK. It's great. It's scary, but it's great fun. And I really think you've done something quite special there. Lovely to meet you. Thank you for coming on the show.
Pleasure,
Mr. Will Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
Welcome to Friday Night with me, Jonathan Ross.
Welcome to Alan Carr, China!
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I've just been... Oh. Don't patronise me, Alicia.